just really don't know what you're going to get with them. As we have a quick look at the teams on blue, like you mentioned, BM Hawk, that is Jindal, Sanguk, Espresso, we'll call him Sam, Haven, and Mabel, who's over on red.
It's Luxazel, a Red Moon Sal's Akai Fragilities, Meteor Burst, and Akai Scarf. And Meteor Burst, I think his positioning in that first match of the day was a little, or rather, left a little bit to be desired. So, on that ultimate important role of that Lucio player is going to be interesting to see. And look at that, again, on control. It's going to be another May pick looking to section off these tank members.
Red Moon Zaza, we talked about just what control means, and that means choke points for Runja. A nice flame strike coming out there from Sam, chunking 4 and building up 75% of that flame strike. The control point about to be unlocked. The high ground advantage currently in favor of Team Vanarus, and we can talking about that Earth Shadow. Oh, the May block! Managed to prevent the charge coming across there, but alas, the shadow from Sam on the Big Daddy Reinhardt was enough to allow the rest of BM Hawk to swagger their way through. And you talked about how they placed first place in the Open Division Contenders Trials, Brunch. We were just talking off air about how basically, if you're top of Open Division in the Korean region, you're basically contenders in any other region. And they're showing that with this performance in the opening stages of Busan.
I mean, being able to charge up that Earth Shatter so fast, make quick work of that fight. And this is one of the types of control maps where I don't like the May already being taken out by the Fire Strike, charging back in. Wow, Truthsome on a rampage, on a roll, on a mission, and with those 2 opening kills, it's just easy pickings here for BM Hawk.
Yes, very well played there. Chung Sam on that Reinhardt, just leading the charge here. The GOAT's being played to perfection at the moment by BM Hawk, and really, what do you expect from the #1 Open Division team in Korea at the moment? 45% and ticking away, currently in favor of said Korean team. Meanwhile, Vanarus, the Indonesian contingent, just struggling a little bit as they get caught by a Graviton Surge coming through. They do manage to pop the sound barrier, the Diva Bomb nullified. Great Transcendence now coming out, both rallies being blown by these Divas. Oh! Synchronized shatters from both of these Reinhardts! That is something I have never ever seen before. Both Reinhardts committing the shatter at exactly the same time. Now Graviton Surge flies from Haven on the side of BM Hawk. It will allow the floodgates to open, and BM Hawk with the mop just clean the floor with Vanarus. But you really have to tip your hat to Vanarus there. That was a solid fight.
Wow, the synchronized shatter, as you said, I don't recall whether it was actually the last time, if ever, that I've seen it happen. And more importantly, Sanguk there, being able to gobble up that Graviton really made things easy for the rest of his team, but going in again, so aggressive. Espresso coming in from the backline too. We'll see them finally get punished as this Indonesian team of Vanarus might get the point flipped in their favor, but it's not over yet. Transcendence brought in by both sides. Self-destruct launched up into the air. Sanguk still not out of it, gets another kill off of said self-destruct, and as a result, where things looked a little bit better for Vanarus, it's still all about BM Hawk.
Red Moon Zaza, though, fighting valiantly, but will find himself demeched at the hands of Espresso. Sound barrier will come across, just providing a bit of survivability there for the team of Vanarus. Red Moon Zaza, though, still fighting around this point. Meteor Burst. Oh, a good boot coming out there from Sanguk, managing to just use the Diva booster to push the rest of Vanarus off the point there, and 100-0. Thank you very much for coming, says BM Hawk.
And they just make it look easy, really. If I gotta be honest, Kid Fox, they just had complete control throughout the whole first round, and now going into the second one. We've seen what they can do with GOATs. We've seen how dominating they can be. So now that they are hovering a couple of other picks here on Busan, second round, this is where I would expect them to see or bring out something else. And again, Vanarus finally showing some signs of life at the end. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. They still need to find some form of success. I don't know if it's going to have to be for this GOAT setup.
I want to see them play this lineup that they're covering hovering at the moment. You've got Jindal on the Pharaoh. We are going to see it. Espresso's going to switch off to the Mercy, but Chunsam and Haven are going to be playing the Widow and the Hanzo respectively. Mabel is on the Tracer. We have got a quad DPS lineup here. Brunj, get excited.
I mean, if you ever wanted to see some hot, fast-paced action, this is where it's going to be at. Right now, not quite able to do too much damage. Instead, it's all been about Haven and Jindal. Jindal picking up that second kill off of the D-suit. And already BM Hawk looking to have another dominating second round.
Jindal still hovering up there. Sanguk comes from behind on Hammond and just says, you know what, I'm going to pull the sneaky on you. pull a little sneaky, he says, and gets the kill with a fantastic flank. But unfortunately for Vanarus, they are just struggling a little bit to find their footing here, as they're losing goats into quad DPS. They don't know what's hitting him at the moment. I mean, BM Hawk maybe just recognizing that, hey, maybe we want to try something different here, just shake it up a little bit. Maybe this is a strat that they might be toying with for their future games to come. Who knows? Fragility's taking a little bit of heat on the Hanzo, and they're just switching it up here, trying to answer them back. I'm not sure if this is the best move here, Brunj, just trying to fight fire with the exact same fire.
They had to do something, and this is the type of composition you would at the very least potentially expect on control maps. It's nice to see the Bal Mercy come into play. I remember, especially in the European scene, Cruz was pretty infamous for it, but right now it's been all about BM Hawk. 4 ultimates available, Infrasight procs 2. Another pick onto that Tracer. It's been no avenues, no opportunities enabled here for Vanarus, and as you said, fighting fire with fire, I don't think that is the answer here for them.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with you when you say that they do need to try something, but this just ain't it, champ. I don't know about this one, although we do see, you know, slight glimpses of hope from these guys. I just think the skill gap is quite large here. Proximity mines now going in here from Hammond on the side of BM Hawk, and just cleaning up here. Fragilities goes down, Kai goes down, Red Moon Saza as well. 3 of the squishies are being taken out, and 83% Brunj. I would hate to be in Vanarus's court at the moment. There is just absolutely nothing that they can do. BM Hawk basically almost BMing. Well, they're not really, but I just wanted to say that. They're just suppressing them so far into spawn here.
I mean, I would actually agree with the BM part, considering Haven even is rocking the Doomfist right now. But again, their opponents really had no chance. I think you really hit the nail there when you said there is this evident skill gap difference right now between these two teams, and I really hope to see something out of this Indonesian lineup. They had shown some good signs, but it really goes to show, as we've talked about it, when it comes to the Korean side of things, when you talk about somebody that made it out of open division with a first place finish, it goes to show how good they actually are.
Yeah, we just saw that there, and look, if you see that type of play in any other region, you would be majorly impressed, and that just goes to show you just how hotly contended the contenders scene is in Korea. I mean, if this is not good enough, I mean, what is? But hey, these guys are a force to be reckoned with. BM Hawk. We'll be back very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. That was game number 1 on Busan, going over comfortably to the Korean Contenders Trials victors, BM Hawk. Can Vanarus bring it back on game number 2? We'll find out on Kings Row right after this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Plays.gg Asia Community Cup. All of the teams that you are seeing here today have basically reached the pinnacle, the peak of their qualifying tournaments and have earned their spot here through sheer blood, sweat and determination. And we are bringing you the final matchup of the night here, ladies and gentlemen. It is Kings Row. We're talking about BM Hawk versus Vanarus. It's Korea versus Indonesia. It is a Pan-Pacific fiesta, and I absolutely love it. My name is Kit Fox. I am joined once again by Brunj, and Brunj, we're going into Kings Row, Busan, the first map, completely dominated there by BM Hawk. Do you think Vanarus have the gumption, the skill, the stamina, what it takes to bring it back here on Kings Row?
As much as I would love to build up a storyline where I could see that being the case, right now, as is, I just can't picture it in my head right now. It's just BM Hawk are in a whole different level, and unfortunately for Vanarus, on Kings Row, it's gonna start off with them on the attacking side, so we might have to strap ourselves in for a long first point defense, where BM Hawk already looking to play pretty safe. However, Jindal, come on, I wanted to see the Doomfist. The Doomfist can be a good choice, especially on some of these maps, including King's Rest on certain points. However, not ideal, so they're going to be rocking with something standard too. And as a result, I really expect this one to be full first point defense here for BM Hawk.
Yeah, Espresso just wall riding around the statue, and look at the offensive positioning here from BM Hawk on defense. They know exactly what they're dealing with. It is going to be goats on goats action here on Kings Row. Hey! Well, who would have thought it? As they go into the Alderworth Hotel on the side there, Brunj, as they push themselves through the Lucio speed boost, doing its thing. Micro missiles doing what it needs to do, but it's soaked up very well. Red Moon Zaza is very switched on. Diva right clicks where they need to be. Chumsam with that shatter, there it is, it goes down, and Akai's Scarf, Fragilities, and the rest of Vanarus just really don't have an answer. That was lightning quick by Chunsam.
And this is the big problem in this type of meta where you have this mismatch when it comes to these teams. When it's goats on goats, it really emphasizes the fact that one team is or has a higher skill cap, let's be real, because it's all about that team synergy, it's all about that shot calling and everything coming up together. And when there is this mismatch, it's just that much more evident. Whereas in the past, if you'd had like a double sniper composition, you could have some lucky picks with something like a Widowmaker, but now both teams clashing again. Transcendence, ultimate fiesta away. It's been all about the Reinhardt though, as Chunsam, another shatter, swing it away, and that grab touch is just all too easy. BM Hawk, again, as I feared, it's probably gonna be a full hold for 2 more minutes and 30 seconds here.
They were running so far into spawn there that they were going all the way through Kings Row, straight through to Birmingham. They were not stopping at all, Brunj. If they could go through that door, they would have right then. That's just that's just how well the BM Hawk are playing right here at the moment, and just everything that's being thrown, literally thrown at the side of Vanarus here is just being eaten up. BM Hawk are just so switched on. The kill feed is blue yet again. The Diva Bomb went in and got the first pick, and one chip is all it takes, and the wall comes crumbling down, even the goat's wall.
And I think this is pretty much also BM Hawk saying, okay, we're gonna respect everyone in the group. We're gonna give them due diligence because they already lost 2-0 to Global Esports, so they need to secure all the wins and make sure they have them on board. So right now, they do have an ultimate economy deficit. However, with the support ultimates being available, it might be enough. Self-destruct launched up on top, but it's gonna be finally one really important pick, this time onto Espresso. Finally, can we see Vanarus come alive?
Just maybe, but 2 quick kills on the side of, of Vanarus rather. That's just could be what they need. Sengut goes down, so does Mabel. D-Mex too. The ticks are flying. Brunj slowly but surely, it's going in favor of Vanarus. They're gonna get this. Well done.
That was such a good charge coming into on Espresso. Not having that sound barrier available for the rest of the fight sealed the deal there for Vanarus. And hey, where I called a full first point defense, definitely not going to be the case. Vanarus stepping it up, and at this point it's still going to be a tough hill to climb considering they committed most of their ultimates. However, it is a small victory at that end. We'll see what they can do with it.
I was about to ask you, how do those words taste? Brunch? Delicious? Just eating them, just regurgitate them and eat them again. And speaking of, of projection. We see ults just flying left, right, and center here. The Transcendence comes across D.Va with them micro missiles as well, holding onto the bomb. There it is. Sanguk throws it out. Akai Scarf. Oh, 2 big kills with the D.Va bomb, and Fragility's immediate burst fall down to the might of the self-destruct. Chunsam on this Reinhardt is just dangerous when you've got Espresso on the Lucio, giving him that speed boost. And once again, if they could, Brunch, they would be charging that door, huffing and puffing and knocking it down.
No doubt, and right now, it's just like at the Ultimate Economy. Again, it's been all about this blue team lineup. They've been very patient, very pretty much coordinated when it comes to making sure they do stagger them and have an overall advantage in most team fights. Again, it's been those small mistakes that cost them, such as Espresso getting caught off with the charge that time. But now with another Graviton, it's not going to get eaten up. Setup is going to be enough. A Kai Scarf going down. However, Chunsam will be a victim to this fight. Still not going to be enough, though. BM Hawk committed one single ultimate for that fight.
The ults are being built up nicely for Vanarus though, and they need something. Fragilities is about 25% away from a Transcendence. That'll be pivotal coming into the next fight, considering that BM Hawk have got themselves both rallies. They've got themselves, in fact, all 3 of their support ults are up. Chunsam with that Earth Shatter as well. You don't really need the grab and the D.Va Bomb to combine with that, considering the way that Chunsam is playing tonight. And have a look at his position. There it is. The Shatter goes down, but it only finds a Kai Scarf's shield. The Graviton Surge flies. The ults are thick and fast here on the second point. Kings Row. Nobody gets taken down just yet, because Transcendence from both of these Zenyatas is 100% on point. Sound barriers to follow. Surgical precision. Communication from these teams is just on point. Jindal gets a Kai Scar finally. First frag of the fight going in favor of BM Hawk. Could it be enough? There comes the Graviton Surge. This will just seal the deal. BM Hawk on defense. That's going to be a full team wipe. They say cats have 9 lives. Well, Vanarus have 6, and they're just staggering out Red Moon Saza here at the moment. This is BM. This is BM Hawk.
Oh man, I wonder if Chunsam just has Scotch tape all over his left click right now on his mouse, because he's been able to charge up that Earth Shatter so fast every single time. And I really do think it's because of the fact that the rest of his team are doing such a great job in terms of supporting him and making sure he does get those swings in. So now, with 30 seconds left, not much to their name here for Vanarus.
Look at the way Chunsam stands there. Look at the way Chunsam actually positions himself. He watches the left-hand side while Haven, the other tank, watches the main road. Sanguk throws out the D.Va Bomb straight through the choke point, and once again, possibly for the last time on King's Row here, Brunch, it's going to be BM Hawk mopping the floor with Vanarus. But just back to the way he was standing there, he holds that right click, watches the left-hand side. There's only 2 ways he can get through onto this point, and he was covering both of those ways, while Haven watched the mid lane and communicated everything. That is the sign of a team that has got its act together and trusts in each other.
Oh man, and the positioning there at the end, making sure he stops the rest of Vanarus with that Earth Shatter from even getting to the payload. So now we'll be swapping over sides. I did make a wrong prediction. It was not a full hold, but not that much covered in terms of that distance. So I do still think, of course, BM Hog have what it takes, considering they are the better Ghost team as well, and just seemingly the better team overall when it comes to all the different aspects of Overwatch. But this has been at least a little bit better coming out of this Indonesian team. Better showing, and at the very least get to, you know, see that it's not just about BM Hawk. They can definitely take a whole hand if you give them a finger.
Yeah, I mean, they've showed glimpses of brilliance, haven't they? I mean, it's taken them some time. They've been probably a little bit behind in their ult management, but that just goes to show you, and you need to give credit to the way that BM Hawk have gone about their gameplay. I mean, Vanarus, yeah, you could argue that there is a little bit of a skill disparity there, but it just goes to show you, if you can play your team composition well, be it goats or whatever else you pull out, you're going to be successful. And we saw that there. They knocked down a few cheeky picks on BM Hawk, like we talked about. Espresso found himself, unfortunately, one of those recipients of one of them deaths. But hey, you live and you learn. BM Hawk recuperated well in the end there. There's probably about halfway on the payload into the second point, and I think BM Hawk will be... They won't be perfect with it, but they'll be content with it.
And now with this quad DPS setup, considering being a Hawk, definitely have the individual ability to make it work.
Or Sangha
Already
from
seeing
behind.
some harass, yeah. Sangha coming in with that Hammond, with that wrecking ball. It's gonna drop extremely low though, getting punished again. That's what we were talking about. Vanarus showing that you're not really just gonna roll over and die there. You gotta fight back. Gonna look to get anything off of any small advantage, but the rest is there. Shortstop still on the roll, and that Widowmaker picks up another with the hit with Mabel too. Now it's gonna be another one down. Double kill, make that a triple kill, quad kill for the Hanzo. Ooh, already first point going over in favor of BM Hawk.
Mabel, stop it, man. There are kids in the audience. That was filthy play from the man on Hanzo. This double sniper composition, we saw this happen in game number 1 here from Nova MS when they went up against Vanarus. And once again, I think that BM Hawk, they've done their research. Maybe they perhaps know that Vanarus, they can't really deal with this sort of composition.
No one can hide from
And the thing is, when it comes to these GOATS comps, yes, you could make the argument that even in the past, before some of the balance changes, the squad DPS lineup can be the answer, but 5 EMP targets and will enable Gentle to get a double kill off of that Rocket Barrage. Chunsam gets another very easy setup off of Haven's ultimate usage there. Gonna mean that PM Hawk are just a couple of meters away from a series win.
That's it, and I don't think the spawn is very much in favour of Vanarus. It is a long trek all the way back from the Foundry, back to the second point of King's Row, and that'll be GG, ladies and gentlemen. BM Hawk, your victors for tonight. A very slow finish towards the end there, and I think we all deserve to breathe because BM Hawk were just lighting it up on King's Row. Yes, they slipped up a little bit on defense, but hey, that's Overwatch, and credit to Vanarus where it was due. They did play rather well, but hey, you're going up against the Korean Open Division champions. You are always going to struggle. It doesn't matter what region you're from. Even the other Koreans did, so it's no shame in losing to this team. But hey, that's Group A, Brunch, night number 1.